Sit down a while, son. I've been watching you these past months, seeing how you carry yourself, how your shoulders have gotten a little broader, how you look at the world with eyes that are starting to understand life isn't always fair. And I've been wondering, do you know what it really means to be a protector? Most young men think they do. They see the movies, they hear the stories, and they think protection is about being the biggest, the loudest, the one who can throw the hardest punch. They think it is about standing in front of danger with their chest puffed out, making sure everyone knows they're not afraid. But let me tell you something I learned the hard way after decades of getting it wrong before I got it right. A real protector is like the roof over your head. When was the last time you looked up at your ceiling and said, "Thank you"? You don't, do you? Because the best protection doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need recognition. It just holds. The roof doesn't brag when the storm comes. It doesn't shout about how hard the rain is hitting or how fierce the wind is blowing. It takes every drop, every gust, every piece of hail that nature throws at it, and it does so quietly, constantly, while everyone underneath sleeps peacefully, never knowing how hard that roof is working to keep them safe. That is the kind of strength that doesn't show off, but shows up. I spent my younger years thinking protection meant being feared. I thought if I could make myself intimidating enough, if I could prove I was tougher than the next guy, I'd be protecting the people I loved. And you know what I learned? Fear might keep some troubles away, but it also keeps love at a distance. Real protection isn't about what you can do to others. It is about what you're willing to carry for others. The first part of being that roof is your foundation. A roof is only as strong as what holds it up, and that support is invisible to everyone else. For a man, that foundation is emotional strength. Not the kind that never bends, but the kind that bends without breaking. I remember when your grandmother was going through her hardest time, losing her mother while trying to hold everything else together. She'd come home every night exhausted, sometimes crying, sometimes so angry she couldn't speak. And every instinct in me wanted to fix it. But what she needed wasn't a fixing. She needed me steady. The thing that didn't shake when everything else was shaking. So I learned to hold my own storms so I could shield her from more. But a good roof doesn't just stand rigid. Twitch knows how to give so it doesn't snap. Real protection requires wisdom. When to be firm, when to be flexible, when to speak, when to stay silent, when to step forward, and when to step back. Your father learned this when he was your age. He came home one night with a black eye from standing up for a smaller kid. My first instinct was to march down to that school, fists ready, but your grandmother stopped me. She reminded me that real protection isn't a teaching that the answer to violence is more violence. So instead, I taught your father how to use his presence, not his fists. How to stand in a way that says, "This stops here," without throwing a punch. How to speak with quiet authority instead of loud threats. The most powerful protection isn't a physical presence. It is being the person others feel safe around. not because you're dangerous to their enemies, but because you're steady for them. It's walking into a room and making it calmer, not tenser. It's facing chaos and bringing peace. Real protectors don't create fear, create safety. They don't demand respect, turn it through consistency. They don't prove their strength by showing what they can destroy, but by showing what they can preserve. I've known men who thought they were protectors because they were quick to anger, quick to fight. Most of them ended up alone. Their families walking on eggshells, their children afraid of the man who was supposed to make them feel safe. And I've known the real protectors, the quiet ones who show up every day, keep their word, carry burdens that aren't even theirs. Your grandfather on your mother's side was one of them. Never raised his voice, never raised his hand, but when he walked into a room, everyone felt safer. He gave his family the strength to fight their own battles, and he was always there as a safe harbor when the world got rough. That is what I want for you, not to be feared, but to be trusted. Not to be the storm, but the shelter. Not to be the one who breaks things, but the one who holds them together. The world will tell you strength means dominance, that protection means aggression, that being a man means being hard all the time. I am telling you different. Real strength is gentleness with the power to be otherwise. Real protection is creating space for others to be vulnerable. Real manhood is knowing the strongest thing you can do is sometimes the quietest thing. Be the roof, son. Take the hits so others can rest. Hold steady when everything else is shaking. Don't brag about the storms you weather, just weather them. Don't demand recognition for your sacrifices, just make them. Don't announce your strength, just be strong. The best roofs last 4 generations. They protect not just the people under them today, but the people who will come after. That is the kind of protector the world needs. That is the kind of man I know you can become. The rain will come. The storms will test you. When they do, remember what it means to be the roof. Stand firm. Stay quiet. Keep them safe. And no greatest protection you can offer isn't what you do to the storm. It is what you do despite it.